Hello everyone, Zane here and welcome to another Final Fantasy XIV video. Today I'm going to show you guys how to farm water and ice crystals in Dawntrail. Now the reason why I'm doing this in a separate video is because it pertains to fishing. So make sure you have your clutcher's glove on, and then you're going to be catching the long-nosed gar in Lake Shaloni in order to get ice. The water will be some prism and Untitled. So you're looking for a large, fast silhouette. So make sure you use Nature's Bounty immediately. And now we wait. Do not be confused by the other large one that might look like it's fast. Trust me, there's a big difference between the two. So there's the long-nosed gar. Reapply Nature's Bounty. And then you wait for another one. The more you do this, the more you can discern which ones are fast and which one is the fastest. I made a dedicated video for this, so I'll make sure to link it down below as well. There it is again. And there's the other slow one. There's a very small difference between the two, but like I said, the more you do it, the more you can discern. So I already got myself a crap ton of long-nosed gar ahead of time. And you got ice, crystals and clusters, and of course your myth brine. If you get a bonus, you get double. So ice is best to use on ingots instead of using your fire with blacksmith, since you're using your fire crystals for culinarian for doing scripts and stuff. So I believe that was a bonus. You get 4. Since these are so easy to get, you do get low amounts. So 2 is like the highest, so 4 will be the bonus. Since the sands are used in, of course, the crafting of the battle gear, which is the current stuff, as you can see here, but it's also going to be used in the next crafting and gather set in 7.1, so it's best to get these now. Alright, so that is how you get ice. Now we're going to head over to Untitled for the sun prism for the water. Alright, so here we are in Untitled, the pond to the right of the balloon landing, which is the fastest way to get here. You need to be level 95 or higher to access this area. So we're looking for a small, fast fish, so make sure your clutcher's glove is on and Nature's Bounty immediately upon entering. So we're looking for a small, fast fish. So this one's the fake gazer and that one is the sun prism. There's a very small difference between the speeds, but you'll be able to discern them with practice. So these are not going to be like this fast. It's going to take some time. So if you have the patience to do this, it's one of the best ways to get your water. Because you get 8 Aether Sands, which also ultimately means you get 16 for the bonus. So that's pretty good. And they swapped ice and water for this expansion because in Endwalker, the ones that were the Moonlight Aether Sand was ice, and then the other Aether Sand was water. So they kind of flipped it in Dawntrail. Alright, let's reduct. Alright, so we got 6 sands and of course water. Now the other way to get water is simply by just catching whatever you can from spearfishing or of course bait and tackle. Because when you desynthesize them, you get water crystals. Majority of all fish will give you water. And of course they can vary from 1 to 5 to 4. But if you just want to spear whatever you can, or if you just want to fish and just grab whatever you want, you can desynthesize them for water. It's a low quantity route, but it is a route nonetheless. But the fastest way to do it is of course spearfishing and taking whoever you can get your hands on. So I guess you can say it's the Unga Bunga method if you don't want to go through collectibles and of course wasting your time. And then you also can get elegant pieces as well, and then you can sell those and of course the sands for a vendor. So there's your 2 options for water. So the bait and tackle version is going to be the cleyran carp here in the living memory at X 12.4, Y 11.8 at the Muse Springs. You do not need any lore book for this one, I believe. Nope. You just need to use ambitious lore and of course big game fishing to give you the most out of your fish. So you're going to catch the giant snakehead first, the surface slap it to get this one to make it a little bit easier. And then ambitious lure should eliminate these two. To make sure collector's glove is on, you need 2 angler's art for big game fishing. So if you want to do prize catch first, send it out, ambitious lure, until you see the prompt, a dark form looms. You stop when you see that. So it did not pop, so hopefully we can catch the snake first. If it does not, then you just do rest and then try again. It will keep your buffs, but your bait can still be taken. Alright, so there's the prompt. You still aren't 100% guaranteed it though. That's only if you have a feeling. Alright, so that's the powerful hook set bite. And that was the cleyran. So I think the cleyran has a longer bite time than the giant snakehead. And then Urethra and I got 5. Not bad. So this gives you water crystals and clusters. Now what we're going to do is we're going to try to catch the snakehead. So when you don't get the prompt, the snakehead will bite instead. That's not what we're looking for. So we're going to use chum for this to make it a little bit faster. There we go. So now we can surface slap this one. Big game fishing, prize catch, and now we try to get the prompt. There it is. Fingers crossed we get it. Remember, rest will save your buffs if you don't get it. Alright, we got the fish. And now we'll see the difference with big game fishing. So it's 1073. And now we reduct. And that gave me 6. So I didn't get the bonus, but yeah, there you go. Use big game fishing to get the bonus, which are going to give you double your sands. So that is going to be bait and tackle for water, spear fishing for water, and then of course spear fishing for ice. Now if you want to get ice through the gathering system, like botanist and miner, then you're going to go to Dawntrail. You have at least 3 areas that you guys can go to under the water or on land to get them. So I'm going to go back to Dawntrail and I'm going to show you guys how I do it with botanist and miner. And you also can do this with water too. Alright, so here we are in Kazamauka to get my water crystals, which is going to be right here. Now, you want to find a gathering attempt +2, which I just happened to find. Alright, so you're going to be using the Giving Land, which is going to give you a random amount, and then the 12's Bounty will give you +3. And the Mia's Ward, which is a trait, can also increase your yield by a random amount, but that's going to be RNG as well. And then use Quick Gathering and let it go. So 27, 32, there's the trait in action. So I got 21, 17, 8, which is the lowest, and 33. Alright, and then of course you go to the next node. If you see a yield plus, and then do the 12's bounty. And while you're waiting for your giving land to come back up, you can either continue gathering your crystals or gather materials instead. So this is gather yield plus 1, so 12's bounty. So I get 5 each. There's the ward in action, so I get another one, so it's 6. And you go on until you're basically back up with your giving land. And like I said, gather materials if you don't want to gather your crystals. Okay? And of course, use your retainers to get them. You got 120 every 40 minutes. So the more retainers you get, the more crystals you guys can farm. Alright, so that is going to be with botanist, miner, and fisher for water and ice crystals. Alright, so hopefully this has been helpful. And make sure to check out the rest of my channel for more Final Fantasy XIV content. And I will see you guys in the next one. Happy farming! And also make sure you use your ice when you're making ingots instead of fire. Trust me, you'll thank me later. And that's it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you're new for more Final Fantasy XIV content and help with the YouTube algorithm. If you guys want to support my channel even further, consider becoming a YouTube member, Patreon supporter, or help me on Ko-Fi. The links for those will be in the description down below, as well as my Discord. And the extra special shout out to the members on screen. So until next time, may you forever walk in the glorious light of Lord Bahamut, and always remember to keep forging ahead.